We partnered with the Unreported Story Society to put out the ObamaGate movie, which is a movie that uses the text messages and testimony of folks like Lisa Page, Peter Strzok, and James Comey to present the ObamaGate story in their own words. It's not like we had to make up any dialogue for it. And so it's really, you'll find it outrageous. You'll find it funny. And it's just another way that Judicial Watch could get the word out to even more Americans about the worst corruption scandal in American history. So I encourage you to watch the movie next week. It's the ObamaGate movie. It's free. You don't have to do anything. Just go to YouTube, look it up. It's I think it's probably ObamaGateMovie.com. You'll be able to find it. Dean Cain and Kristy Swanson are the stars of the movie. I think the other star, his name is forgetting me. I think it's John James is on it as well. So I encourage you to watch the movie. It's a great way, an entertaining way to find out the awful details about ObamaGate, really awful details. And so you got the book, you got the movie, go ahead and do it. And I think we're going to have right here and now a special clip that we're going to insert that you can watch, get a preview of the movie right here.
I want to go to August 15, 2016. Quote, I want to believe the path you threw out in Andy's office, dash, that there's no way he gets elected, dash, but I'm afraid we can't take that risk. It's like an insurance policy in the unlikely event you die before you're 40, end quote. And that was Agent Strzok to you.
That's correct.
And Andy would be whom?
Andy McCabe.
How long did this conversation last?
I have no idea.
What do you make of the dash? Quote, I want to believe the path you threw out in Andy's office, dash, that there is no way he gets elected, unquote. What is that clause that there is no way he gets elected? Modify.
There was nothing on the calendar that there was a formal meeting, but I know the sort of sentiment that the text is meant to reflect, if I could explain that.
Sure. I just want you to keep in mind we're 15 days into a then nascent counterintelligence investigation.
Yes, I understand that.
If that helps put it into context.
So we were trying to find an answer to the question, right? So if Trump is not elected, then to the extent that the Russians were colluding with members of the team, we're still going to investigate that. But if he becomes president, that totally changes the game.
Well, can you explain how you understood Mr. Strzok's analogy to an insurance policy?
There is no actual insurance policy. He's making an analogy. I don't expect to die anytime soon. I hope that I don't, but I have life insurance. Unlikely. I'm 38. But you get it in the unlikely event that you die young.
Can you explain what you meant by that text?
That is an analogy to somebody saying, hey, look, every pollster and talking head thinks that Secretary Clinton is going to be elected. And my responding, well, that may be true, but nevertheless, we need to responsibly investigate this in the unlikely event, based on the polls and the pundits and the experts, that candidate Trump is elected.
And I am looking at a text that you sent to Special Agent Strzok. Quote, Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? Unquote. And then Strzok, the agent who originated the counterintelligence investigation, he responds, quote, no, he's not. We'll stop it. Unquote.
Right, well, that's a different sort of context, which I'm happy to explain. So the reason he's both the originator and the approver is because it was a Sunday and there's nobody around.
Yeah, July the 31st is a Sunday. You are correct. All right. And your response was, quote, no, period, no, he's not, period, we'll stop it, end quote. What did you mean by no?
No was my recollection of no. And let me just say that there's been a lot written about this text. And what I can tell you, Congressman, is in no way does that suggest that I did or even considered taking any action.
I'll tell you what, Agent Strzok, before you get to what you didn't mean by no, How about we settle on what you did mean by it, and then we can discuss the entire universe of what you didn't mean by it.
I thought that question was her personal question as to whether or not he would become president. My answer, no, was my personal belief that I did not think he would be.
Well then, why didn't you say, no, I don't think he's going to. No, I don't think he'll win the Electoral College. No, I don't think he'll do well in Ohio. Why did you say, no, he's not?
Sir, because my recollection of that text, which I don't recall specifically writing, is it's late at night.
Are you denying writing it?
Oh, I'm not denying writing it at all.
Okay, quote, no, he's not, unquote. He's not what?
Going to be my belief that he is not going to be president.
Okay. Quote, we'll stop it, unquote. Who's we?
My response to that was coming off of a speech where then candidate Trump was insulting the family, the immigrant family of a fallen war hero. It was so unbelievable to me that the American people, that anybody, given those sorts of sentiments and statements, would elect him to the presidency. That was my personal belief.
Okay, well that helps, Agent Strzok. By we, you meant the United States. Is that what you meant?
Honestly, I don't know that I had any specific.
Who wrote the we?
I wrote it, Congressman.
All right. So, we are less than 10 days into an investigation, and you are talking about stopping the presidency, the person that you were supposed to be dispassionately and objectively investigating?
No, sir. That is not what I've said. What I have said is my personal belief that the American people, I did not believe, would elect the president. That is fundamentally different from what you just said and suggested.
We'll let the reader decide how fundamentally different it is. Agent Strzok.
Well, you can see that was a pretty funny stuff. So I encourage you to watch the full thing online at YouTube, as I said, at the ObamaGate Movie.
Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all the latest news from Judicial Watch.